And welcome to the Black Tornado Podcast. This is SummerSlam. I am your host, the Iron Shriek. And joining me today is waiting for his goddamn cue. Joining me today is Rudy Roddy Stump. What's up, brother?
Hell yeah, I got my Steve Weisers right here on ice. Let's get this SummerSlam kicking.
It's time for SummerSlam. SummerSlam is... Yeah, see, it's already hurting. I'm going to stop.
Okay. So lame.
Yeah, five seconds in. Okay.
You called it.
Called it. I called it before we started recording. I said, I'm going to do this for about 5 seconds. Maybe I'll just kind of jump in and out of the voice. All right. So, SummerSlam. Playing 5 slam bands today. If you like slam, this is the episode for you. Corey, guitar player, Ruthless Hustle, is with me today. And Corey loves slam. Corey loves slam. I love slam. You love slam. That's why you're listening to today's episode. And we're going to get into it. We're going to jump right in. This is Flesh Worm with Guillotine. Watch out, son! Follow me! Raise no blood! Breathe into the guillotine! On the gallows! May your maker! Begin a slaughter! Is me. All right, coming out of Charleston, South Carolina. Brother, the last time I got slammed that hard was at the Mishawaka Slam Fest, volume 666. Oh.
Oh, God.
Brother, I haven't been slammed that hard since Brutus the... I can't do it.
You broke me. You just got stink-faced.
Since I haven't been slammed that hard since Fat Fuck Barrel Boy bashed me over the head with a chair. And
why isn't
it looked like
that a fucking slam thing? Why isn't that a slam song?
It can be. We Corey and I are doing a slam band, so if you want in, message Black Tornado Podcast on Instagram and you could be a band member.
We'll take all the electric triangles.
Yes, if you play the electric triangle, you're automatically in. We will also consider the acoustic triangle. All right. Fleshworm, fuck yeah. That rips.
I will. Dude, when you sent Fleshworm over to me, the first thing out the gate I recognized was the instrumentals. I mean, I'm a musician, so I'm going to analyze every freaking thing that you throw at me. And the instrumentals was your typical slam riffing going on. But the one thing that stuck out to me was the dual vocals. And what also stood out with those vocals, you could understand every damn word they were saying.
Yeah, you almost stopped being slam. I could understand it.
Yeah, right. Like in slam, you throw the fucking rule book out, but yet slam writes its own rules. So it kind of contradicts, I guess.
No, it rips, man. I mean, it's exactly what you're looking for. It's caveman riffs with fucking gnarly ass vocals.
That's another thing
Um,
too, when they use the term caveman riff and none of them
yeah.
look like cavemen.
Yeah, you know what?
Dude, what the
Where
fuck?
is I want to see a bunch of dudes. Remember those old what were they, Geico commercials with the caveman dudes? Or those guys?
Yeah.
I want to see those dudes on stage. Well, we have a band coming up that's kind of in the same vein, but we'll get to them.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and jump into our first plug. 48-hour sticker on Facebook. The Black Tornado Podcast uses them. The Ruthless Hustle Camp uses them. A lot of people use 48-hour sticker. And
Scarson uses them. Oh wait.
funny enough, Scarson uses them. Black Sunshine uses them. Is that the name of the band? Yeah, sure, why not?
I bet
they
your
use
Aunt Jemima uses these stickers.
She might use them. And I'll tell you why, is because you're going to get the best bang for your buck when you go over to Facebook, punch in 48-hour. That's the number 48-hour sticker on Facebook. Tell them Black Tornado sent you. Tell them Ruthless Hustle sent you. Hell, tell them Scarson sent you. And
you might get a discount.
Probably not, but you might. You know what? You're going to get a discount in the sense that you're not going to get a better price.
Right.
So 48-hour sticker. That is where you go. We got another Ruthless Hustle appearance. We just had Aaron on for Chicago not all that long ago.
Yeah,
and
which was a very, very good episode. I will credit both of you. Had me very entertained, and I will also credit Aaron didn't leak any surprises.
Yes, Aaron did not want to get beaten up by the rest of Ruthless Hustle, so decided...
it would have been, I would have beat everybody to the punch.
Yeah, no, that was cool. Fucking Aaron came on. We had a good time. Aaron hasn't been featured on Black Tornadoes since 2016. Yep. So to have him come back on the show after the huge hiatus was really cool. And props to Aaron. Yeah.
I would like to elaborate on that. Funny enough, when I listened to that episode, I was actually driving out to Ruthless Hustle practice.
Okay.
And there was something said, and I waited for my drummer to get it. I was like, listen to what this guy just said about our band. And it was when he said that there are deathcore elements. I'm like, what is deathcore in our writing process?
Well, he hasn't told you yet. He's planning on writing a bunch of deathcore material, and then you guys are going to play it. I think his plan was to have Ruthless Hustle Deathcore out by the time that episode dropped, so it made sense. And I guess he just didn't get there.
Well, the funny thing is, after that was said, I know there was an individual that he went and visited who actually was like, "Hey, I don't think he listens to Black Tornado podcast," and he goes,
"Lame."
Lame. Goes, hey, what would you classify Ruthless Hustle? And another guy said deathcore.
Okay.
I wasn't trying. And again, I wasn't trying. But
I don't think you guys sound like deathcore, but okay.
I mean, there's an.
I don't hear it.
Yeah,
and I've heard the album multiple times. But hey, fair enough.
Right, but that's not why we're here.
No, that's not why we're here. We're here right now to get in the ring with a goddamn alligator. This is Crocofile I gotta stop. Ian and I used to talk about this. When a band would have an amazing name or a song title was amazing, and I got one here. This is Crocofile with One Man's Trash is Another Man's Hentai Stash. Coming out of Lansing, Michigan, this band's message is incredibly clear. We are nothing. We are trash. We are servants to our reptilian overlords that are, essentially dinosaurs, people. It's essentially dinosaur slam. So, Crocofile, check them out. As always, links for all the bands will be YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Make sure to check out all the bands as usual.
The one thing I have in the notes, and right out the gate, I'm just going to call it out, because in the slam genre or culture, the one thing we always have is sound bites or clips. Sure. Not one crocodile done fucking D was done in this. I'm very
that may be in the future. I don't know.
Yeah. The other thing that I have, and people might take to this, but I heard it in the guitar work was very rock and rollish.
Yeah,
it had a groove that reminded me of like some psychobilly shit. And it was just like, what the hell am I hearing?
I think that's cool though. I think that's what
really
sets. Cool. I think that's what sets Crocofile apart from other slam bands. The guitar work is definitely unique.
Yeah, the guitar work was very, very unique. Typical vocals for a slam band, but at one point in this song, there was a backbeat they did. I want to say it was during the breakdown, and it was very, very. I want to say it was not so much off time, but it was one of those where it stood out. And I'm really liking that where bands that are in the genre of slam are starting to like get very creative. I mean, you could still have a slam band and still have like the basics. I mean, internal bleeding. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, there's a little bit of swing in the drums. Yep. Not just with Crocofile, but with other bands where it might be, a half beat behind or forward. And again, that's just what sets some of the other slam bands apart, makes them really cool.
That I know they're not on here, but there was a band from my local area called Tortured Minds.
Mm-hmm.
Killer fucking band. And they do that same backbeating.
Yeah.
Time signature or whatever have you. Their drummer is phenomenal. I mean, if anybody is listening to this, go check out Tortured Minds. They have the Facebook. They have the Instagram, what have you. And they just dropped actually a song on YouTube not too long ago. Actually, yesterday. Nice. Yeah. So, yeah, sorry.
It'll be far past yesterday by the time this comes out. So go check it out.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Second plug. As always, guys, probably always going to get a plug on every episode. Go check out The Art of Glenford Cabarsi. You can find him on Facebook. You can find him on Instagram. And you know what's kind of funny about doing the repetitive plugs? Like Glenford, for example, will always get a plug because that's my brother.
Sorry.
Sometimes I think like, would you shut up, brother? Sometimes I feel
it's these NA Blue Moons.
That's right. It's the non-alcoholic beers are getting to you. Sometimes I feel like when I do the same plug over and over, I kind of think to myself like, okay, if somebody was going to like work with him by now, maybe they would. Well, there's two things wrong with that. Number one, new people check out the show. This episode may be the first time you've listened to Black Tornado podcast. So by giving Glenford a plug on this show, this could be the first time that you'll be aware of me, be aware of him, be aware of everything, blah, blah, blah. And the other thing is, sometimes repetitiveness works because you might have listened to every episode of Black Tornado, and maybe you've never actually gone and checked out some of the plugs that I give. And funny enough, longtime collaborators with Black Tornado, Blood in the Cornfields just dropped. It's not out yet. And the reason I know it's not out yet is because I don't own one. Glenford and Black Tornado Glenford and Blood in the Cornfields teamed up, and they have a shirt that will be out very soon. And you bet your sweet ass I'm going to be one of the first people to order that shirt, and I will absolutely plug the hell out of it. And so you can go support Glenford, support Blood in the Cornfield, and get a really great design. I've seen the design; it looks sick as hell. Can't wait to grab that up.
Yeah,
that's gonna be sweet. All right.
I got a question for you. How would you ever feel if Taylor Swift owned something of Black Tornado?
I wouldn't really care. I don't have anything against. I love her first album. Like I have it. It's somewhere in the stash. I have her first album. I think it's really good. Yeah. I'm very particular when it comes to country. I only really love 3 or 4 people. Right. First album is good, and then the pop stuff I didn't really care for. I don't hate it. I don't hate her.
On the way home, I thought about that. I was like, I wonder how Adam would ever feel if Taylor Swift owned that.
There are certain people that I would flip out that are famous that are not metal people, like my girl Avril. Like if Avril Lavigne ever showed up with a BTP sticker, I'd lose my mind. And by the way, speaking of Avril Lavigne, I will not name this person, but at a show recently, I was wearing my Black Tornado vest, and anybody that's seen it knows that the shoulder patch has a picture of Avril Lavigne, and it says I'm paraphrasing because I don't have it in front of me. It says like I'd rather listen to Avril than the Pistols, meaning the Sex Pistols. And that means 2 things coming from me. 1, the Sex Pistols suck, get over it. And 2, Avril Lavigne rules. So to the person that made a comment about my patch, yeah, I love Avril Lavigne and I hate the Sex Pistols. So there you go. They're not real punk, dude. Get over it.
I didn't say a word.
No, I'm talking to the 2 people that stopped listening to the show now because I bagged on the Sex Pistols.
I remember
whatever.
That episode.
I remember the episode when Adam bagged on the Sex Pistols and talked about how great talked about how great Avril Lavigne is. But to be fair, if you go back, especially to the Ian episodes, I've talked about my love for Avril multiple times. This isn't anything new. But what is new is this next band, because this is the first time that I've got to play them. This is Simius with They Shot Dave!
They shot Dave!
They shot Dave! it so nice. We had to do it twice.
Dude, I'm
Fuck!
fucking retarded.
Fuck!
I'm killing myself tonight.
This will be on the B side. All right.
Ah! Ah! All right.
All right. Home State Homeboys out of Indianapolis, Simius. This kind of goes back to what we were saying earlier about how, the caveman riffs and how I was saying the Geico guys, this is about as close as you're going to get with Simius.
I have played 3 shows with Simius with RH.
Have you? Oh, cool.
Yes.
Sick.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
So the first time we played with them was at a private party, and they were good. But when we played with them down in Hoosier Dome, holy crap! They brought the crowd, and people were flying over freaking tables. It was like a punk show all over again. I loved it.
That's sick.
I was like,
yeah,
it was so good.
I was talking to one of them right before that show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Hell yeah, that's sick.
Probably Dougie. Shout out to Dougie.
Hell yeah! Shout out to Dougie. Shout out to that whole camp.
Yeah.
I have the album. I have their long sleeve shirt.
Yep.
If it wasn't 95 degrees out, I'd wear that shirt. But hey, that's what winter and fall are for. Simius absolutely kicks ass. Need to get them on the show. I'm sure that'll happen at one point.
Their sound, both live and on the recording, is very raw. There was this I don't care fucking attitude about that band, and I loved it. It was like it was slam punk.
Right.
It was slam punk. That's what it is. And bands like that, like Simius, Pussfield from Wisconsin, I absolutely love it. That's the gimmick right there.
Oh yeah.
And with Simius, they come up on stage in like gorilla masks too, which is even better.
Yeah, I've seen photos. It looks cool.
Yeah. It's crazy, man.
It's fucking badass.
Very raw sound. There's not any big fucking production. It sounds like they took a tape recorder and put it in the middle of the room and said, "Let's go."
Right? Hell yeah. All right, next plug. This one is Facebook plug for Death FM Radio. That's my buddy Sean, who supports BTP, so I support Death FM Radio.
Shout out, Sean. I actually just saw him a few hours ago at the show I was at.
Sick.
Yeah, him and Jack came out to the show that was at Ignition, and it was really cool to see those cats. I love those dudes.
Yeah. Cool dudes. Met them at Hail Shot's final show. Both really cool guys. R.I.P. And when I saw Sean at Casket Robbery, I handed him a handful of BTP stickers, and he said he would do his part to get those out to people. So really appreciative of that.
Cheers, Sean.
Yeah, absolutely. Cheers to Sean. Cheers to Jack. Yep. Props to both those guys. All right, let's keep the train rolling. This is Wormfucker with Tortured, Mangled, and Ripped Open, featuring Esophagus. okay, I don't know where these dudes are from because they didn't put it in their bio. And when I reached out, nobody got back to me. So your guess is as good as ours. That was cool shit, man. Wormfucker.
Wormfucker. I want to meet the guy that was like Wormfucker.
Yeah, because they're like sitting around and like maybe each band member came up with 3 names and they put them in a hat and they're pulling names trying to figure out, and the one dude was just like Wormfucker, and
Right,
they were all just like, yeah, that's the name.
This band was Slam 101 for me.
Yeah.
A lot of bands that stick to that 101 recipe goes right down the middle of it. The bass was very thick in my book.
Yeah.
It was very thick. The one other thing that I wrote in my notes, it sounds like when they did the snare sound, sounds like a goddamn spaghetti pot.
Yeah, which is really
Dude.
cool because sometimes you get like
or the
go
Metallica
ahead.
St. Anger snare.
Well, I was just gonna say, so you'll either get like a really tight piccolo sound, which is really common. That's more like your peeling flesh kind of stuff.
Yep.
Or you'll get spaghetti pot, Saint Anger, almost doesn't sound like a snare drum snare.
Yeah, and I have often wondered if like for a while I wondered if that was a thing, and there was a few videos that have floated around on YouTube where they actually were using pots as a snare.
Huh.
And I was like, yeah, so it's not far off to think that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can mic it, like, you know what I mean? Like, you can mic it, it'll work.
The other thing that stood out with me with Wormfucker, and I guess with a lot of these bands, I can compare them to a lot of local bands that are around me that are doing slam, like BTK. Again, Slam 101. Nothing too flashy, fancy, or anything.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah. Yeah. So another thing that really, in the production of Wormfucker, though, when they did the 808 bass drop,
Yeah.
it cut so hard that the volume dropped.
Right. Yeah.
And I was like, Jesus Christ.
I was gonna say, you're welcome, listeners at home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. All right, next plug. This is a plug that is near and dear to Corey.
Yes,
Smoking Eagles Rod Shop on YouTube. Where if you're like me, go ahead.
No, he also has the Instagrams too, so go follow him on the Facebooks, Instagrams, and all that shit.
Yep. Where if you're like me and you don't know very much about cars, it is pretty cool to watch because you get to learn something. And there's live streams, and there's all kinds of, there's a massive backlog of videos if you're new to the channel. So I'm sure that you're going to find some really cool stuff.
Yep, a few guest appearances I have had with both myself and my own vehicles.
Yes, that's right. And if you pay close attention to some of the videos, you will see Corey there.
And if you pay attention to the comments, you'll see Adam in there too.
That's right. Yes. Especially on the live streams, I have popped in there before, and it's just really cool. Black Tornado, man, this is what I do. We're all about supporting the underground, not just underground music, but other YouTube shows, other podcasters, other radio shows. I mean, it's all metal and shit at the end of the day, man. That's what it's about. Yeah, I mean, fuck, man, I am the little guy, and so are a lot of other content creators involved with the show, bands. Yeah, dude, this is what it's about. So yeah, if this is your first time tuning in, this is what I do. All right, let's wrap it up. We've been burning through these. That's cool.
Yeah.
Slam, it's fast episode, fast music. That out. Last song. This is by Yeti Ectomate. What an awesome title name. This is Buckshot Facial Piercing.
Concerns of some stuff they may have found in your room?
Yeah, I believe so.
And what would it be?
A human head and hands.
Okay, and how did you end up with them?
I murdered him.
With what?
A knife.
Why would you have done that?
I've always wondered what murder felt like.
All right, coming out of apologize if I say this wrong, North Okanagan. That's Canada.
I think it's
So
yeah.
yeah, North. Hey boys, Rush, maple syrup, proper skateboards, probably some other cool shit. Hockey, yeah.
Yep.
Fuck yeah, sick shit.
Uh,
That is a killer band to end SummerSlam with.
very slammy. Yeti to me was again Slam 101. They didn't really have they had the piccolo snare, but they didn't have that sharp piercing sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not everybody does, and I think that's a good thing because
Yeah.
when
But it was
everybody follows,
straightforward.
yeah, absolutely. But I think when everybody follows the exact same formula, things get a little bland. So when you change things up like that, when it has it has a ping to it, but it's not exactly the same as everybody else. Just makes it cool. It makes it different.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
the other thing about Slam too, and I failed to mention that in my writings here, not only does the piccolo snare sound stick out, but they also rely on the bell too.
Yeah.
On the cymbal. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing that sticks out. They want that sharp, piercing bell.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, let's do our last plug. This is Goshen Guitar Works out of Goshen, Indiana. Facebook and Instagram pages. So if you find yourself out in Goshen, that's where you go to get your guitars.
Go in there and talk to Adam. If you need a guitar worked on, talk to him. That man is a wizard.
Is that your guy?
Yeah, it's my guy. He has
Nice.
done many jobs for me. I have taken him a many of challenges, but he's always come out on top. So shout out to Adam Hart at Goshen Guitar Works. Again, supporting the little guy. He's on Facebook, Instagram. The dude does amazing work.
Now, I've never been there. Is Goshen Guitar Works, is it like a regular music shop, or is it strictly a place that you go for repairs?
It is strictly a repair shop.
Gotcha.
He also does dipping. He dips guitars.
Really?
Yes.
Oh man, I got a bass that maybe would be cool to get dipped.
Talk to him.
Yeah.
Hit him up on Facebook. The funny thing is about Adam's shop, it's in a basement
Okay.
of a house. It's his mom's house. It's where he started it.
Gotcha.
Yep.
I will give him a like and a follow, and
Yep.
maybe we can make something happen with this bass.
Yep. Let Adam know that Corey Stump from Ruthless Hustle sent you.
Awesome. Will do. Fuck yeah. And funny enough, that wraps up SummerSlam.
Not
And so
one chair shot. What the heck?
not one chair shot to the head, brother. We made it out unscathed.
You know what I say to that? That's where we tip them back and go to town. Hell yeah.
We listened to a song. We had a beer. We did a plug. We had another beer. What? We listened to another
What?
song. What? We had another beer.
What? And we had another breakdown. What?
Every time the piccolo snare went off, we had a beer. What? That was dope. That was dope. If you guys enjoyed this one, please jump in the comments. Let me know that next year need to do another SummerSlam. Part 2. What?
SummerSlam in the cage.
SummerSlam in the cage, son. If you guys want that for next year, get in the comments. Let me know what's up. Aim to please on Black Tornado, as the year 2 listeners will come to find out, especially towards the end of the year. That's when kind of like the theme shows come back. I like repeating the theme shows. So like this year, for example, Grindtober will be back. Black Metal Black Friday.
I love Grindtober.
Yeah, Grindtober. What? Will be back. Black Metal Black Friday will be back. And one of my favorite things, absolutely confirmed all the way from Sweden, doing it again. Christmas with the Metal Verbalizers will return. If you thought last year's episodes, because it was so long we had to make it 2, if you thought that was long, we're about to give you Lord of the Rings extended version long. We purposely have not done a show together all year so that we can save up all of our material for our Christmas collaboration episode. We have a lot of stuff to cover, a lot of stuff to talk about. If you guys enjoyed that kind of stuff, all of that is coming at the end of the year. Really cannot look forward enough for the rest of this year. This is so crazy, by the way, that year 2 of BTP feels like it's moving faster than the first year did.
You've been hitting
I think
it,
by
man.
the time you guys hear this, we'll be, I think, halfway through, because a BTP calendar year is February,
Right.
and so I think by the time you guys hear this, we'll be already halfway through the year, which is fucking crazy that it's moving this fast.
It still feels like it was yesterday. You were messaging me saying, "Hey, BT,
Yeah,
BT
coming back.
Like, yeah, dude, it was nuts." And I've
So
fallen off
weird.
because I obviously I have my life also, but I've always tried to stay up on it, and I'm always throwing something at you, like a band or something, and you're always
Yeah.
throwing stuff at me, man. And it's
Well,
been-
that's another reason why the shows are every 2 weeks is try to give people time, 1, to check out new episodes of the show, and 2, give them time to check out the bands that are plugged on the show. I know that I say this all pretty much every episode, and I'll say it again now. As soon as the show ends, please make sure to check the Facebook, the Instagram, the YouTube. All the links for all of these bands and the plugs will all be there. So if a band sounded good to your ear, or if one of these plugs sounds interesting to you, please make sure, go over, give them a like, give them a follow, show them some love, jump in the comments, tornado emojis, tell them BTP sent you, whatever you want to do. It's all appreciated by me and by all of the bands and all of the companies and various plugs that are out there. We feed off of this bullshit algorithm program, and as stupid as it is, that's really what helps the show. And I don't often say this, but yeah, you know what? If you like the show, hit me with a sub, hit me with a like, drop a comment, whatever. It's all algorithm bullshit. And that's the bottom line, because the Iron Shriek said so.
Hell yeah!
Ba, 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 ba. All right, we're gonna wrap this up. Thank you to Corey from Ruthless Hustle for coming on this episode of SummerSlam.
Thank you, Adam, for having me on this
Yeah.
second time.
Yeah, which is crazy. Yeah, we're gonna have you back. We're gonna have the Ruthless Hustle camp back on in the future. A lot of cool stuff coming up in the future. So yeah, if you guys like, place to be. As always, I'm your host Adam. This is your home for underground metal, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Peace, brother.